So what I got here is a 1980 Suzuki GS450. This is a good bike. I've had it for a long time. Runs good. It's got a few miles on it now. What I'd like to do is turn this into a dual sport, kind of like a post-apocalyptic dual sport. Kind of like the one, if you watch The Walking Dead, the character Daryl, the bike he built. Something similar to that is my objective here. So I'm going to take this bike apart and I'm going to get some dirt bike suspension, wheels, all that stuff, and transform this into a dual sport. Alright, now that that tedious process is over with, I can start the disassembly. Probably going to start with the rear end. Get the swing arm off, get the shocks off, chain guard, all this stuff. Seat, fender, get all this off of the bike. So this is the rear end I got. It is a 97 YZ125. Yeah, I know. 450 125. It'll be fine. So now I gotta get this centered in there. I'm gonna have to build some spacers. And yeah, we'll get to it and see what happens. Okay, so first impressions. Hell yeah. But right away I see the battery box is going to be right in the way of the shock, so I got to get this battery box out of the way, and I'll have to figure out a better place for the battery. So get this out of the way, and we'll get the shock in there and then see what else we got to do. Oh boy. So there's the shock in there. There's going to be some obvious clearance issues. I don't think it's anything we can't overcome. I should be able to put my battery more up in this area here. I gotta make a bracket for the dog bones. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. Looks like there's gonna be pretty good alignment with the chain and sprockets. So all is well. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Of course, it's, you know, at full sag right at the moment. Alright, onward. So one of the first issues I'm going to have to address with the rear end, this is the swing arm pivot pin. This is one of the bearing sleeves, or whatever you want to call this, but you can see that there's play. I'm going to have to make a shim or spacer, whatever you want to call that, to take up this space here. So got a sleeve made. Of course, I got to make 2 of these. That slips on there tightly, which is what we want. I think I can do this with one hand, but it does fit on there nice and tight, so there shouldn't be any play in that. So I'll get another one of these made up, but I'm not going to make you watch all that. Just like that, there's 2 of them. And this will slide over. So that'll hold my pen tight. Alright. So now I gotta make spacers to go in between to hold the swing arm centered in the frame. Okay, so the 2 short spacers went there and there. Right in there. So now I gotta make this spacer here. So this is kind of hard to measure in between here. Can't get the jaw down on it. It's hitting over here, right here. So I think I'm just going to make it a little too big, and then I can turn it down to fit. Looks like it's going to be okay. 650 will be too long for sure. Or it may be close. I'm pretty sure that's going to be too long. I'll cut the spacer at that length and then I'll test fit. Alright, on this spacer I'm just use a piece of pipe. There's no real need for precision, you know, in the diameter. It's just the length, so a piece of pipe will save me a bunch of time. this is great. Nothing like a December storm. Alright, let's see what we got. Yep, it's too long, so I need to take about 50 off of it. Alright, took about 50 off of it. So what the final number ends up being here? $2612, 2613, 2612. Get this light turned on here. Here we go. Okay. So just a touch of wiggle room in there. Alright, get this all taken apart and get this piece installed and keep moving forward with this. Alright, here's 3 little spacers I made. I think I'm going to weld these, tack them to the frame so I'm not fighting getting this together. So I think I'm going to do that next. Okay, so I got it clamped in there like so. Get a little tack in there and one on the bottom there, and then move over to the other side. Alright, so that worked out nice. Happy with that. There's no side to side movement at all. I can hear the rear wheel bearings a little bit, but as far as that goes, it's nice and tight. I like it. It's working out very good. Very good. Alright, so the next thing is to get the dog bone hooked up somewhere in there. So I gotta cut off, there was a center stand in here. I gotta cut those tabs off and make some new tabs for the dog bones. So keep moving forward. Alright, well I think that's going to do it for this episode. Got the swing arm mounted in the frame. It's nice and centered, nice and tight. We're going to get the shock mounted in there, but that's going to be on the next episode. So if you guys want to follow me along with this build, click that subscribe button, click that bell notification icon, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.